Sage Wanderer here, and welcome to the Sheep Pen. Bah, no goats allowed. Your soul is a battlefield. Today we're going to talk about the battle for your soul. We've talked about the battle for our government, the battle for our freedom. We've talked about the battle against good and evil. We've talked about the battle in the fifth dimension, in the supernatural realm. We've talked about this war between good and evil for some time on this channel. But let's talk about how the real battle is for the territory of your soul. The real battle between good and evil is occurring inside of each of us every day. I've said before that there are two kingdoms, the kingdom of light and the kingdom of darkness. And they are supernaturally and eternally opposed to one another and engaged in warfare against each other. The spirit of light is working to banish the spirit of darkness, and the spirit of darkness is struggling against the light to snuff out the light and to engulf the world in darkness, the universe in darkness. This is never more relevant and apparent and obvious than this struggle between the light and the dark inside of each one of us. It's like I've talked about in previous videos. You have the good angel and the bad angel. And this one wants us to do the right thing, and this one's trying to tempt us into doing the wrong thing. But it's also like the old Native American saying that's become a meme. You know, you have inside of each of us, we have a black wolf, an evil wolf, and a light wolf, a good wolf. And they fight against each other for control of our behavior, our actions. And this battle is determined, and the victor of this battle is which wolf you feed the most. So if you feed the light, if you sow seeds of love, kindness, giving, compassion, caring, empathy, those things will be strengthened in you. The good will win the battle within your own spirit. But if you feed negativity, depression, negative thoughts, tearing other people down, playing mind games with people, lying, deceiving, presenting false images, spreading rumors, backbiting, right? Hurting people, trapping people, working them, right? Working them, manipulating them. When you start to feed that wolf, then that becomes the predominant force in you. It changes who you are on almost a DNA level, on almost a subatomic level. It changes who you are, subtly at first, but eventually the change will become obvious to everyone. If you begin to engage in dalliances with the dark side and you begin to dance with the devil, you will take on the appearance and the countenance of him. You will send out that vibe. You will, your aura, if you will be presented ahead of you. It will change who you are on a molecular level. Likewise, this transformation occurs in you when you feed the light wolf, when you feed the good wolf, when you feed it with love, compassion, when you sow the seeds of love and caring and empathy, when you give to people and help them, when we help one another, when we love one another, when we lift one another up, this light inside of each of us begins to grow. The very act of giving grows the light in other people, and the very act of taking and destroying by engaging in the dark side, this is going to build the dark side wolf and make him stronger. And in doing so, he's going to hurt people. And when he hurts people, it's going to build the dark side wolf in that person, because they're going to respond to the injustice and to being hurt. And it begins to be a ripple effect. A person who sows the seeds of love spreads an aura of love and compassion and caring and giving around him, and that lights the fire of goodness in other people, and it spreads to other people. But likewise, when you feed the dark wolf in you, he infects the other people with your pain, and the pain spreads, and the hurt spreads, and the darkness spreads. Many people look out into the world and say, what can I do to make a difference in the world? What can I do to change anything? And I think that the answer to that is you can't change anything except changing yourself. But if you can change yourself, you can change the world. When you change yourself, when you become the man or woman of God that you desire to be, when you become that light on a hill set up for the world to see, when you become that person that you know you can be, when you grow and let that light wolf, let that good side of you become your predominant nature, when you dance with God and you take on his image, it spreads to the people around you. Sowing the seeds of love, seeds of love, sowing the seeds of love, right? When that starts to happen around you, it spreads. And health and wealth and happiness and good times prevail. You know, misery loves company. The dark attracts dark. The battlefield for the real fight for control of this universe is in the souls of each of us. We must engage in feeding the light, sowing the seeds of love, feeding the light wolf, starving the darkness of that energy. Because as I have told you in previous videos, that the dark side, these archons, these demons, they're parasites, and they're powered by your bad juju. They're powered by your fear. They're powered by your hatred. They're powered by your anger. They're powered by your lust. They're powered by your greed. They're powered by your ungodly desires to control other people. They're powered by the darkness in you. And the more you engage in that, the more fuel it creates for these demons, and the stronger they grow. Just like the dark wolf. You're not just feeding the dark wolf in you, you're feeding the dark wolf of the universe. But likewise, goodness is also empowered by your love. Just like the myth that it's when you believe in Santa Claus, it powers his sleigh and it allows his magic to work. That's basically what I'm telling you about the power of God in the world. You see, there are angels and demons, and they're responding to which side you are feeding. When you feed the light angels, they go to work for you. This is when God is at work in all things to the benefit of those who love God and are called according to his purpose. God's angels are at work in your life. When you feed them, when you are 51% of the time in the power of light, sowing seeds of love, then you are empowering your angels on your behalf. They can go out into your circumstances and change them. They can go out and change your situation. They can bring good fortune and blessings. They can pave the road ahead of you. They can light your path. And all you have to do is feed them with your good energy. Feed the Spirit of God with your love, with your worship, with your adoration of him and his creation. Love a human, love a dog, love a vista view of the mountains or the sea. Love a sunset. Love yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love God. Seek love. Seek compassion. Spread it. Invest in it. Seek after it. Seek first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. It is the secret to happiness, is to feed the wolf of light and to starve the wolf of darkness. When we remove ourselves from the matrix of fear and loathing and anguish and pain and struggle, we starve the spirit of darkness. We starve the demons that are also at work. When you feed into the dark side, when you return pain with pain, when you return bad with bad, when you return evil with evil, when you engage in the things you know are predatory and hurtful of other people, when you engage in those manipulations and things that we all fight against, that negative thinking, when you throw in the towel and go, oh, well, I'm just this or I'm just that and I'll never amount to this or that. I'm not even going to say it because they're word curses. The power of the tongue. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. You can speak blessings into your life, or you can speak curses into your life. Because when you speak blessings into your life, when you speak positive things, when you engage in the positive thinking, then you end up manifesting positive things and empowering these angels and empowering the light and bringing light into the world. But when you engage in the dark side, when you embrace the darkness, when you give in to the temptation, you feed the dark wolf, you're sowing seeds of mayhem into the world. You're literally empowering them. So you see how what I was talking about with these two kingdoms, that everything you do empowers one and robs power from the other. When you do a good deed, it robs power from the spirit of darkness and it empowers the spirit of light. When you say a good thing, when you give a compliment to someone, when you show compassion and love, when you give somebody a break, when you give them the benefit of the doubt, all of this starts to build this good energy that will come back around to you one way or the other, and it fuels the world, fuels the goodness in the world. But on the opposite side, when you feed the darkness, when you give into the temptation, when you give into the desire to lie, manipulate, steal, kill, take what's not yours, covet what isn't yours, live in greed, selfishness, that feeds the whirlwind of blackness, that feeds the darkness in the world, it feeds the evil, it feeds the diseases, it feeds the tornadoes, it feeds the hurricanes, it feeds the mayhem, it feeds the misfortune. You see, I'm not just trying to get you to be a Christian so that I can check off some box on my spiritual bucket list. I'm trying to transform the dadgum world we live in. That's what I'm trying to do, and that's what you should be doing too. If we can get enough people to channel the light, the darkness will be banished, and sickness will leave this earth. Pain and misfortune and mayhem will become a thing of the past. Ultimately, this is what the 1,000-year millennial reign is all about at the end of time, according to the Bible. It's a time when even death itself is defeated. It's a time when there is no more bad luck. There is no more misfortune. There's nothing but blessings and goodness and harmony and peace and love and joy, because the darkness will be completely banished from the earth. And the first step starts with you, because your soul is a battlefield. Conquer the dark wolf in yourself, and it will begin to weaken the dark wolf of the world. Strengthen the white wolf inside of you, the wolf of light and goodness, and it will feed the great wolf of light and goodness. I'm going to end things there, and I want you to ask yourself this week, how is the devil trying to deceive me today? If you want to, put it up on the refrigerator. Write it on with a Sharpie and put it up on the refrigerator. That question, how is the devil trying to deceive me today? How is he trying to deceive me? Because it's not by willful choice that we engage into dark side activities most of the time, especially those of us who are walking after the Spirit and trying to do the right thing. We get deceived. We get tricked. We get led down the wrong path. The number one tool of the enemy and the only real power he has is deception. But when you agree with the deception, when you follow the deception, when you speak the lines as given, then the devil is empowered. And when you speak the goodness, when you speak the light, when you speak the blessings, the light in this world is enhanced. and it shines through you to the world. So ask yourself, how is the devil trying to deceive me? Because most of us don't choose to make the mistakes we make. We're tricked into them. So keep both eyes open. Pray for discernment. Support this channel so we can get the word out. We can get this message out there so we can defeat the enemy once and for all and get this millennial reign thing happening, y'all. Come on. So support the ministry so these videos can keep getting out to the world. And in so many ways, I feel like I've already made an impact. It's just I'm just waiting for the rest of the world to hear what I've already been saying. So help us get the word out to the rest of the world so this message can grow. The true gospel of Jesus Christ, the gospel of love and joy and spiritual power and authority to be who we are, joint heirs with Christ. There's a link in the PayPal where you can, a link in the description where you can make a PayPal contribution. You can reach me at my P.O. box if you want to send money there, check. If you just want to write me a letter, send me a gift, whatever, you know. I've received some cool stuff in the P.O. box. Also, if you just want to converse with me via email privately, my email is also in the description. So I pray this prayer for you. May the Lord bless and keep you. May his face shine upon you. And may you become light cannons to destroy the work of the devil. Feed the good wolf this week. We'll see you next time on the Sheep Pen. Bye. No goats allowed. We really don't like them black sheep because they like to eat they like to eat sheep and goats. They're no fun, them dark wolves. We'll see you next time.